Hi everybody, my name is Freya Charlotte. I am a local author and I'm here at Burnham Library today reading my brand new book, Witches Don't Wear Flip-Flops. Everybody ready to read? Okay. Are you ready? Let's go. Okay. In the bedroom of a little black house, the one at the end of the road, a young witch awoke with a yawn and said, "Good morning," to her snoozing pet toad. She bounded out of bed with an elegant thump and yanked a brush through her curly red hair. "The sun is shining so brightly today. I know exactly what I'm going to wear." She ran downstairs, 2 at a time, jumping over the cat on the way. "Granny," she called, "the sunshine is out. I'm going outside to play." The little ginger cat here on the stairs, looking very cute. "Hold on one moment," her granny exclaimed, pulling herself up in her seat. "What on earth are those preposterous things?" And she pointed to her granddaughter's feet. "Flip-flops? Witches don't wear flip-flops." Granny cried in despair. "People would see that our toenails are green and that our feet sprout black curly hair. You don't want people to look at you or call you unusual or strange. I think you would be more comfortable if you went back upstairs to change." The young witch sighed and raced back to her room, jumping over the cat on the way. "Granny," she called, "I've changed my shoes. I'm going outside to play." "Hold on one moment," her granny exclaimed, turning with a look of disgrace. "What on earth are those outrageous things?" And she pointed to her granddaughter's face. "Sunglasses? Witches don't wear sunglasses." Granny recoiled at the sight. "We have no need to block out the sun when we only go out at night. You don't want people to look at you or call you unusual or strange. I think you would be more comfortable if you went back upstairs to change." The young witch sighed and dashed back to her room, jumping over the cat on the way. "Granny," she called, "I've taken them off. I'm going outside to play." "Hold on one moment," her granny exclaimed, craning her neck to stare. "What on earth is that ludicrous thing?" And she pointed to her granddaughter's hair. "A sun hat? Witches don't wear sun hats." Granny choked into her tea. "Our hats are black with a very wide brim and a feather if you're fancy like me." You can see Granny's got a green feather coming out of her fancy witch's hat. "You don't want people to look at you or call you unusual or strange. I think you would be more comfortable if you went back upstairs to change." The young witch sighed and charged back to her room, jumping over the cat on the way. "Granny," she called, "I've hung up the hat. I'm going outside to play." This poor little cat's been jumped over so many times now. "Hold on one moment," her granny exclaimed, looking down her long, crooked nose. "What on earth is that ridiculous thing?" And she pointed to her granddaughter's clothes. "A sundress? Witches don't wear sundresses." Granny shrieked such a fuss. "They are much too short to ride on our brooms. We would have to start taking the bus." "You don't want people to look at you or call you unusual or strange. I think you would be more comfortable if you went back upstairs to change." The young witch stomped upstairs for the umpteenth time and flopped herself down on her bed. She stopped and thought for a moment or two about all that her granny had said. She knew exactly what her granny didn't like about her clothes and her shoes and her hat. But what about what she liked? Did her granny even think of that? You can see her clothes here and her flip-flops and her sunglasses and her sun hat. So with a change of heart and a change of clothes and a confident look in the mirror, she put her hands on her hips and stood in front of her granny to make sure that she'd be able to hear her. "What on earth? I don't care if people look at me. I don't care if they think that I'm strange. If people think that I'm unusual, why should I be the one to change? It's our differences that make us so interesting, or else we would all be like you. We would sit in our armchairs and judge people, and that just simply won't do. So maybe my feet are quite hairy, and maybe my hat is not wide. And if I want to wear a sundress today, well, that's for me to decide. Well, Granny was completely speechless. Her jaw had dropped to the floor as her sundress, sunglasses, sun hat wearing granddaughter flip-flopped her way out of the door. The end. That was my brand new book, Witches Don't Wear Flip-Flops, and it is available to borrow now at Burnham-on-Sea Library.